The Buffalo Bills had an amazing victory in the first Sunday Night Football game of the season as they came back and beat the Baltimore Ravens. Now they get to fly to East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on Justin Fields and the Jets, who narrowly lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers in their Week 1 matchup. Now they're looking for some revenge against their division rival. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this Bills-Jets game and provide our prediction at the very end. So be sure to stay tuned for the entire video. Leave a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win and why, and hit that subscribe button. Get notified when new videos come out. And Ryan, what an amazing
Oh
game
yeah.
by Josh Allen and that Buffalo Bills team. I also think, too, what an amazing game by Keon Coleman. Some of those
Yeah.
catches were ridiculous. He had the one, I think it was like a sideline throw on their second drive, just trying to get in within one score, where he jumped, it looked like 11 feet, 12 feet up in the air to catch that throw by Josh
Yeah.
Allen. And so he had an amazing game as well. Um, no defensive players of the year at all on either team. And so, but it's week 1. I'm not too concerned about either team at all. I believe this is probably not going to be the last time we see these two teams face, but Josh Allen had an absolute stellar performance, 33 for 46, 394 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then he also had 14 carries for 30 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Going to be going up against another team that's going to be very QB heavy when it comes to just the overall athleticism and needing them to lead the team. Justin Fields, he honestly had a much better start than I initially would have thought against the Pittsburgh Steelers team. 16 for
Yeah.
22, 218 yards, and 1 touchdown as well. Brees Hall had a great day running the ball against this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest things, too, to watch here as well is going to be this offensive line performance for the Jets. I think they're going to watch a lot of that game film from the Baltimore game and be like, hey, let's try and do the same thing where, like, really run the ball a lot, kind of push around this defensive line of the Buffalo Bills and hopefully open up some things in the passing game. Because I think that's one thing the Jets have improved on. It has been their offensive line, even though I know Elijah Vera Tucker is now out for the season. Armand Membu looked really good in his first start, and you have Olufushana there at left tackle. If you found your young bookend tackles, that is a good sign moving forward as well for this team. They already have Joe Tippmann as well, too, who they drafted. So if this Jets offensive line can get things going in the right direction, maybe they can find some sort of lightning in a bottle throughout the season. Maybe not in this game, but still at least get going in the right direction so there can be some consistency on the offensive side of the ball, something they haven't had for the longest of time, it feels like. So want to throw it over to you here. What were your thoughts on the Bills' performance in the game last night, and what do the Jets need to do to, I'll say, pull off the upset in this Week 2 matchup?
Yeah. So my thoughts on the Bills, they had a phenomenal fourth quarter. I would say the first 3 quarters it was a good performance. The Baltimore Ravens were the better team for 3.5 quarters. Josh Allen threw for, I think, over 250 yards in the fourth quarter alone. And so like it was a good performance going into the fourth quarter. I think for them, the Ravens were just the better team. And I think that fourth quarter was phenomenal. It's hard to beat that. The Ravens put up 40 points and still didn't beat it. So very strong performance there from the Bills, especially to close out the game. And yeah, the Jets looked better than I thought on the offensive side of the ball. I think defensively it was a little underwhelming, giving up, what was it, 33 to the 34 to the Steelers. Especially in an offense that had a lot of new pieces, a lot of new faces that did not have a lot of chemistry together, and a 42-year-old quarterback who happens to be Aaron Rodgers, but he has not been that great the last couple years. So I think that it's going to be interesting to kind of see how this matchup plays out. This is Aaron Glenn's first real matchup going up against the Bills as a head coach, and going from there, I think if the Bills can or the Jets can contain Josh Allen and keep him in the pocket and not let him extend plays and be Superman as he was in the fourth quarter there, I think that is their best chance to win. And then they were efficient on the offensive side of the ball, which was not something that I expected. This offensive line was pretty impressive. You mentioned it. They ran the football very well. So if they're going to win this game, they're going to just have to play good, disciplined defense, and they're going to have to be as efficient as they were in week 1. Against this Bills defense, which did show some weaknesses there in that Ravens game. So I I'm going to pick the Bills just because they're the much better team and much more established. But I was impressed with the Jets. They're not going to be a walkover team, kind of how I thought they would be coming into the year.
Yeah, it's definitely fair to say the Bills stole one in week one, and so I think is the defense needs a lot of improvement overall. I think they're going to be going up against a similar type of offense where you're going to have this scrambling quarterback, going to be a very run heavy approach, both with Brees Hall and Justin Fields, and also then who's the other guy? Braylon Allen as well too. He's
Yeah.
going to be that big goal line back that they're going to have to deal with. So it's going to be a similar type of approach both offensively and defensively. You look at that Jets front seven, and you have Aaron Glenn as a defensive-minded head coach. There's definitely going to be improvements for both teams from their defensive performances from week one going into this week two matchup. But also the secondary, though, still is pretty legit for New York. With Sauce Gardner that you have there. And then you go have Andre Cisco, Brandon Stevens, Michael Carter also too. It's I'm curious to see if more so if the Buffalo Bills passing game can replicate, particularly like Keon Coleman. Can that Josh Allen, Keon Coleman connection
You there?
continue to be that guy? Because Keon Coleman's so athletic. And like, is he?
15 seconds there.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say is I think the Jets defense going to improve. I think the Bills defense going to improve. I'm going to be curious to see if the Josh Allen, Keon Coleman connection can keep on building off of last night's performance. Because if that is going to be the case, look out. This league is not going to like a scary Keon Coleman that is this athletic, this big, this fast, and a confident Josh Allen that can really, honestly, he's going to make Josh Allen look even greater than already is. Because if you just throw it his direction, dude's got to have a wingspan and a catch radius. I mean, of like I feel like 12 feet or something like that. Because a dude
Yeah.
is just so explosive with his basketball background. So I think that's going to be an amazing matchup watching Sauce Gardner versus Keon Coleman. Very curious to see if Keon Coleman can get over 100 receiving yards again. And curious to see how the Bills can contain Justin Fields. A couple times, Lamar Jackson looked like he was dead to rights, but he was able to shake loose. As Justin Fields going to have, well, he's not going to have that same capability because nobody has that Lamar Jackson capability, but he does have that like kind of sneaky
He,
elusiveness to
he has
create
a
his
straight
own.
line speed that
Yeah.
can really punish defenses if you leave your rushing lanes open.
Exactly. So, one thing as well too, and I don't want to see the Bills go back into their old ways. And I know it's week one, very early on in the season, but where we saw the Bills see a lot of success last year was they were able to establish the run and be a much more dominant running team, and didn't have to rely on Josh Allen to have games like he did last night. Like a game like last night seemed to be more the exception these past couple of years more than the rule. James Cook, 13 carries, 44 yards. Would love to see him be more explosive. And it's not really his fault. It's more the offensive line as well too. Like you got to be able to create the running space. You got to be able to establish these games here. Now, a lot of this probably also too is they were behind for a majority of the game as well. What's it going to be like when they're up 10 halfway through the third quarter? Are they going to be able to grind down a defense and then James Cook and company gets 20 carries, 25 carries, and then they're able to put up 75, 80 rushing yards more because as a team they only had 108 rushing yards and Josh Allen had 30 of those. So that'd be something I'm looking to see the Bills improve on because if they're able to establish a balanced running game with potentially this Josh Allen, Keon Coleman, great connection, it's going to be a fun year to watch the Bills. And if you're a Bills fan, so I think it could be a good way to I think they're going in their new stadium next year, and so
Yeah,
it'd
this
be
is the final season at I forget the name of it. It was New Era Stadium for a while. It's like Highmark Field is the
Yeah, it's Highmark now. So,
yeah.
but or let us know in the comments if you're wrong. If you're still watching this video by this point, we appreciate it. So I'm going to go with the Bills here in this one. Wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked if there was an upset. I mean, it's very early on in the season, but to me, it's I think if you're a bet man, you got to go with the Bills here. And I'm looking at
Mhm.
I want to see Keon Coleman get another 100-yard receiving day. I think this is going to be a big breakout year for him.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
super overreaction from one game. Absolutely. But
yeah.
I think he can do it.
No, I definitely agree. He did have a lot in the fourth quarter when Josh Allen really kind of picked things up, but he was the go-to guy, it
Yeah.
felt
He
like,
was a
in
go-to guy.
that. In I say the 2-minute drill, like the 3 2-minute drills that they ran in that fourth quarter. So
Exactly.
I kind of said it already. I'm going with the Bills. I just think they're going to be the better team. With that being said, the Jets have given them some fits in the past few years. Just that defense, prevent the big play. They can play disciplined defense. Now that was under Robert Saleh. Aaron Glenn is going to bring a different mentality to that team. So we'll see what kind of game plan that they choose. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fun AFC East division matchup. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead. Will it be the Buffalo Bills? Will it be the New York Jets? And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.